I got an email from somebody who said that she fell asleep for 12 hours and lived a separate life for 7 years that she now grieves every single day. And she knows that it was real because she brought things back from that life into this life. The person who sent me the story's name is Stacy, and she said that I could use her real name. She said that it was just like any other day. She was absolutely exhausted and drained, and she wanted to take a nap. So she took a nap around 3 p.m. and she set her alarm for 4:30 p.m. But when she woke up after that alarm went off, she was not in her room. She was in some cozy little kitchen. She said pancakes were sizzling on the stove, Fleetwood Mac was playing, and then she turned around and she saw some dark-skinned man walk up to her, smile, and say, "You always space out in the morning, baby." And then he kissed her on the forehead. He then said, "Do you want strawberries or syrup on your pancakes?" And she wanted to scream. She had no idea who this man was, but she said that her mouth just smiled. And she heard her own mouth say, "Syrup and strawberries for me, please, but no strawberries for the kids, just syrup. They don't like strawberries." Stacey has 2 kids in real life, but she's thinking to herself, like, what world am I in right now? And do I have those same 2 kids in this world? And then all of a sudden, 3 children run into the room. There's 2 boys and 1 girl, and they came running into the kitchen and they wrapped their arms around her legs, and like they always did, and she knew this somehow. Her brain filled in the blanks like flipping through a photo album that she had never seen but remembered. Oldest name was Octavia, and if you know Stacey, her favorite show is The 100, so Octavia is short for Ava. This girl was 10 years old, she had freckles and missing teeth. The second oldest was Miles, he was 7 and he had a Batman cape on. She said the youngest one's name was Devin, and he wore 2 different socks all the time, and it was almost like he did this on purpose. He would come and show his mom, and she would tell him to go put the right socks on, and when she would put the right socks on him, he would go and grab another sock that was mismatched, and he would put it on top of the other sock so it would be mismatching again, and then he would laugh at her when she would get upset about it. She said her hands poured juice, cut pancakes, and packed lunches, and everything just felt natural to her. She said that her head didn't know what to do, but that her hands knew what to do, and she knew everybody. She knew her friends, her family, her husband. She also said that she looked completely different. She was a mixed woman wherever she was, and she is a mixed woman in real life, but that she just looked different. She was very thin with braids, a septum piercing, and a bunch of tattoos. She said days passed, but they weren't days. They felt real. Time went on. She celebrated birthdays. She got sick. She fought with her husband. Cried in the laundry room. She made love. She yelled, laughed. She went to work. She held her kids as they fell asleep. She was an art teacher. She had 23 kids in her class, and it was room 106. She remembers it specifically. She remembers Miles breaking his arm, the youngest starting kindergarten. She remembers Ava coming home crying because somebody made fun of her freckles. She remembers Devin learning how to ride a bike, and when he finally did it, he yelled, "Yay, Daddy, look, I did it. I can ride a bike." But after 7 years of living this perfect life, she started to notice glitches. Like she would go to the grocery store, and the grocery store would be playing the same song over and over and over again on repeat. The mailman's name was Tom. It was always Tom, but after the 5th year, every time she saw him, his face would change.